Hello students, welcome back to the fifth video of this playlist. In this video, we will be solving question number 5 from the most recent past paper of Statistics 2, which is the October 2024 S2 paper. So before we start, I would like to tell you that definitely watch out the comment box of this video, because if I have done any mistakes or any wrong in this solution to question number 5, I'll definitely write it down in the comment box. So whenever you are watching this video, keep an eye on the comment box. And yeah, and if you find any problem or any mistakes that I have done while solving this question, definitely feel free to write it down in the comment box. I'll be always there to reply you. So let's get started with question number 5 from the October 2024 Statistics 2 paper. So question 5 says the continuous random variable x has a probability density function, that is PDF, given by, this is the PDF, f of x, it is 1 over 4 times 3 minus x, it is for x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal 2, and then 1 over 4, it is for x greater than 2, less than or equal 3, and then 1 over 4 times x minus 2, it is for x greater than 3, less than 4, and otherwise what? 0. Fine. The cumulative distribution function of x is what? F of x, the CDF. The CDF of x is capital F of x. Fine. So part A is asking here to show that f of x equals 1 over 4 times 3x minus 1, 3x minus x squared over 2, minus 5 over 8 for x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal 2. That means we need to find out the equation for a cumulative distribution function in the interval x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal what? 2. Okay. So cumulative distribution function. We know that cumulative distribution function gives us the cumulative probability, right? And this is basically the area under the PDF graph, right? So that's why we need to integrate the PDF within that interval to get the CDF. Okay, so let's integrate. So upper limit would be what? X, because it should be in terms of x, right? The CDF should be in terms of x, and the lower limit is 1, and the equation of PDF it's given is 1 over 4. So take 1 over 4 outside the integral. So 1 over 4 times 3 minus what? X, 3 minus t dt. Okay, now the question is why I am using t instead of x. This is because so that x, and if you write x here, then the upper limit is also x, so x and x will what? Overlap. Okay, so this is what? The equation for the CDF. So f of x, it is what? For part A, this is this equation for CDF. Okay, for interval x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal what? 2, right? Okay, now so integrate. If you integrate, what you will get here? 1 over 4 times definite integral, isn't it? So 3x 3t minus half of what? T squared, right? So upper limit is x, lower limit is what? 1, right? Okay, now just put the limits into the integral. So 1 over 4 times what? 3x minus half of x squared minus 3 plus what? Half. Okay, so f of x would be 1 over 4, they kept it common, yeah. So 1 over 4 times what? 3x minus x squared over what? 2, right? Then they have closed the bracket, and minus 3 plus half, this is basically negative 2.5, which is negative 5 over 2. So negative 5 over 2 times 1 over 4, this is basically negative 5 over 8. And that's the cumulative distribution function of f of x, okay, from x greater than, for x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal 2. Fine. Okay, next is part B. In part B, the question is asking to find f of x for all values of x. Okay, so we need to find out the CDF, the cumulative distribution function of x for all values of x. So already we got the CDF for the interval x x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal 2. Now the remaining ones are the next two, so we need to find out there the CDF for the rest values. Okay, so for x greater than what, 2, I think, yeah, 2, less than or equal 4, right? Oh sorry, less than or equal 3. Okay, this is 3. Okay. The f of x would be what? Before finding f of x, we need to get the value for f of 2 using the previous one. Why? Because this is cumulative probability, right? For cumulative probability, it gives the total probability, right? So we need to add f of 2 with the what? With the cumulative probability of this interval x greater than 2, less than or equal 3. So at first we need to find out the cumulative probability for x equals to 2. So that would be what? 1 over 4 times what? 3 times 2, this is what? 6, minus 4 over 2, this is 2. Okay, minus 5 over 8. So this is basically 6 minus 2, this is 4. 4 over 4 is 1. 1 minus 5 over 8, which is 3 over 8. We got the cumulative probability till x equals to 2. So f of x for this interval, it would be what? F of x for this interval, that would be 3 over 8. This is till x equals to 2. You need to add it with the what? Cumulative probability of this interval, because it is what? Cumulative, the total probability. Okay, so what's the equation? Its equation, I think it is 1 over 4, just 1 over 4. Okay, so 1 over 4 integration, upper limit should be x, lower limit is what? 2, right? 2, and then it is what? 1 dt. Okay, so what you will get here? 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4 times what? The upper limit. Okay, it would be just t. Upper limit is x, lower limit is what? 2. So you will get here 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4 times x minus 2. Okay, so from here, what you can take common, it's not, you can keep it as it is, or you can take if you take 3 over 8 common, okay, if you take 3 over 8 common, you will get 1, and then 1 over 4 divide 3 over 8, that gives us 2 over 3. It's not required. Okay, you can keep it as it is, no need to simplify. Okay, next is what? For x greater than what? What's given there? X greater than 3, less than or equal 4. X greater than 3, less than or equal 4. So what we need to find out at first? F of 3. Okay, so f of 3 would be what? Okay, for the previous interval, they took one, or they didn't take anything common, they kept as it is, so it's not a problem to keep as it is. Okay, so 3, we need to find out f of 3, so put 3 there. So 3 minus 2 is what? 1, right? So 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4 times what? 1. So that is basically 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4, that would give you 5 over 8. Okay, now the cumulative distribution function, this is what? 5 over 8 plus integration of what? Integration from x to the lower limit is 3, and the equation for PDF, it's what? X minus 2. 1 over 4. 1 over 4, take it outside the integral. X minus 2. It is not X. We will take it T so that it doesn't overlap. T dt. So what you will get? 5 over 8 plus 1 over 4 times half of t squared negative 2t. Upper limit is what? X. Lower limit is 3. Fine. So f of x would be, for the interval x greater than or equal, x greater than 3 less than or equal 4, you will get 5 over 8 plus what? 1 over 4 times half of x squared negative 2 twice of x minus 9 over 2 plus what? 3 times 2 is what? 6. Okay, so f of x would be 5 over 8 plus 1 over 4 times what? Half of x squared minus twice of x, half of x squared negative twice of x, minus 4.5 plus 6. This is basically plus 1.5, which is 3 over 2. That's it. And that's the cumulative distribution function we got. Okay, so finally we can write it down together. F of x, okay, using a piecewise function. Okay, so at first, it's for the first one we got what? For x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal 2, right? At first it starts with 0, right? Okay, so it starts with 0 at first for x less than 1, and then for x less than 1 it would be 0 cumulative. So it starts from 0, then x greater than or equal 1, less than or equal to the equation that we found here. It was given in the part A question, which is 1 over 4 times what? 3x minus x squared over 2, okay, minus 5 over 8. And then for x greater than 2 less than or equal 3, the CDF, the equation we got, it is what? 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4 x minus 2. Okay, so 3 over 8, this is 3 over 8 plus 1 over 4 times x minus what? 2. And then x greater than 3 less than or equal what? 4. It is that you can see. This is basically what? This would be the function. So it would be 5 over 8 plus what? 1 over 4 times half of x squared negative twice of x plus 3 over 2. Okay, and at last x greater than 4, it would be what? Cumulative probability, so 1. That's it. So this is the cumulative distribution function that we have found for x, and that's the answer for part B. Fine. Okay, next is part C. In part C, the question is asking to find what? Probability of x greater than 1.2 less than 3.1. Okay, so at first let's see where 1.2 and 3.1 lies, the interval for the probability. Okay, 1.2 lies here, right, in the first one. Okay, and then 3.1 lies in the last interval, right? So what we will do for finding probability of x greater than 1.2, okay, so for part C, we have to find probability of x greater than 1.2 less than what? 3.1, right? So for that from the cumulative probability of 3.1, okay, we will subtract the cumulative probability of 1.2. So what's the cumulative probability of 3.1? Just consider this equation, okay. So that would be what, 5/8 plus 1/4 times, okay, half of x squared negative twice of x plus 3/2. So that would be half of 3.1 squared, right, minus 2 times 3.1, 2 times 3.1, and then what, plus 3/2. So just you need to calculate it using your calculator, and then from that we need to subtract what, we need to subtract f of 1.2. So f of 1.2 is how much? It is basically in this CDF, right? So 1/4 times, this is what, 1/4 times, it's basically 3 times 3.1 minus what, 3 times 3.1 minus x squared. So okay, 3 times 1.2, so 1.2 squared over 2 minus 5/8. Okay, so just calculate the values, what you will get here. At first, half of x squared minus twice of x plus 1.5. So it gives, we have to put x equals to 3.1. So it gives 21/200 times 1/4. So this is 21/800 plus 5/8. So this is 521/800. From there you need to subtract what, thrice of x minus x squared over 2. So that would give you, you need to put 1.2 there in this equation. So you'll get 72/25 times 1/4 minus 5/8. So this is basically 19/200. Okay, so 19/200. So subtract it from what, 521/800 minus 19/200. So you will get 89/160. So 89/160, it's the perfect answer. Okay, so if you want to give it to, if you can give it in fraction, no problem, but if you give in decimal, so that would be 0.556 up to 3 significant figures. Okay, so if you give it in decimal, then you have to write it in 3 significant figures. And that's the answer for part C. And that's the end of question number 5 from the October 2024 Statistics 2 paper. Fine.